And this is how we make spaghetti casserole, Grandma's Recipe 101. So we were talking about using a gluten-free pasta that's made from brown rice and quinoa. I have found that this cooks to a very wonderful texture.
Wonderful is vague. Unpack that.
Amazing texture. It's
still vague.
Hold on, it's coming. It cooks and works out to be almost exactly like regular pasta in the end, you catch, where you can't tell the difference.
Ideal pasta, it tastes like normal, regular pasta.
The point is you can't tell the difference when you cook this properly. One of the biggest fails I have seen with gluten-free pastas is that people overcook it. Always overcook. I am sorry. If I may just say for a second, because I got time on this pasta, what the f***? Guys, come on. Why do you overcook your pasta? If the package says 7 to 10 minutes, you give it 7 to 10 minutes, and you test it for the last couple of minutes. You want it to be this a little bit dense, but really sticky pasta. And stickiness is starch saturation on the outside of it, and that allows your sauce to stick to it. And you feel full because all you've eaten is just dough. And really, you want the flavors of the dish. And speaking of flavors, we're going to move on now to sauce while I'm waiting on the pasta to boil. What we're doing here is very simple, okay? We have two basic ingredients for the sauce. Basic basil tomato marinara. This is an organic one from Trader Joe's. It's $1.99, full 26 ounces for this recipe. And we have a can of tomato paste, and we're going to use the whole can for this.
Stop shaking it.
We're going to use the whole can for this. The idea of the tomato paste is it's going to allow the sauce to actually hold its body during the cooking process. Because what happens here is you're heating everything right back up in the oven when we finish off this casserole, and it makes your sauce molten, which is going to create a problem for you. It's going to be all liquidy and not thick enough.
Camera's up here.
Oh, hi.
Your audience is up here.
You guys got tall. Wow, hold on.
So, let's see what we're doing in here.
So now we're just going to mix this tomato paste in with the sausage. And it's harder to do. Once you get all the ingredients into the casserole dish, it's really harder to mix everything together. Okay, so the pasta here has been cooking for now 6 minutes. Here, we're making sure it's to stay moving. We really want to keep it from sticking to itself, which is the whole point of the olive oil in there. But once we hit the 7-minute mark is where you want to pull your first strand of pasta out of the pan. Okay? You're going to notice in its texture it's starting to get a little sticky, but it's still rather firm and not as limp as it could be. You can tell by the arc here at the top. It should be more straight down limp. So we're going to toss that back in.
Cool.
We're nowhere near ready yet. We've got another 3 minutes left on the boil here, and we're back.
All right.
All right, so we're 10 minutes in on the pasta now. It's time to turn it off. So we're going to drain the pasta. We're not going to rinse with cold water. That, my friends, is a cardinal sin. We do not rinse with cold water. We want it to hold the starchy stickiness that it has. When you rinse with cold water, a lot of people have this misconception that the pasta is going to stop cooking. Well, yes, it will, but it's also stopping to cook right now as it's dropping in temperature. But when you rinse it, it loses this wonderful stickiness. I want you to see. Notice first how limp this pasta noodle is and how sticky it is. It's sticking to me. Now watch. I'm going to throw it at the wall. That is how you know your pasta is done. It's this beautiful, starchy, soft and doughy thing. It's not gross. It's wonderful. But this is the texture you want. And this was exactly 10 minutes on the boil time. And so now that it is properly drained, we're going to add it in with the sausage and tomato paste. And we're going to start mixing it up before we add the sauce. And that's just so we don't really spill out too much sauce. Now, I'm also going to give this a little extra something here. We picked up this big old tub of garlic.
Hell yeah.
What was it, $5?
Yeah, something like that. Like just under $5.
My producer said less than $5. It's giant. It's 48 ounces of minced garlic.
Speed it up.
So, yes, okay. Anyways, so we're going to put a big old honkin' spoonful of this minced garlic in here. Just, big old spoonful, that's all we need.
Woo! 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 If you like garlic, then this meal is for you.
Yeah, oh, we love garlic in this house.
We do.
Here. So we're going to just start to mix this up just a little bit,
Look at him go!
We're going to now add our sauce. Pour in about half the jar.
Okay.
and start our mixing, because we want to make sure that you get enough sauce mixed throughout. So we got a partial mixture going on. Now we're going to add the rest of the sauce. Waste not. It's bang that good. Might have already had too much to drink. Alright, so we're going to keep mixing in here. Let's get a nice, beautiful coat of this sauce in this pasta. We had a pound of ground beef, a pound of gluten-free pasta. Now, hand mushrooms is the traditional way to do this recipe. I personally love fresh, sliced, criminy mushrooms. Those will give you the most earthiest balance of flavor in this.
Not most earthiest.
Okay, the earthiest. Okay, so now that we've got a good mix in this, we're going to wipe off the outside edge of this casserole to try to keep the sauce on the inside. Okay? This is going to A, improve your presentation, and 2, it's going to prevent hardness to clean up later. Oopsie. So now the next step is to add cheese. I like to use a Italian cheese blend. This one here is also from Trader Joe's. It's called Quattro Formaggio. It is a blend of Parmesan, Asiago, Fontina, and a mild provolone. I don't really know if there's such a thing as a mild provolone, but provolone light.
It's the stuff that they give to Italian children.
Oh, well, it's the virgin form of a good alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to add roughly about 8 ounces of this shredded cheese blend to the top. And now recipes like this can be so easy and so inexpensive. This whole meal is roughly about $10, and it's going to feed 4 to 6 people. You know, that's kind of the point of this show. Is doing everything within a budget. For us, for our intents and purposes tonight, it's going to be 3 of us. This could be enough for us for 2 meals. 1 if we're feeling gluttonous, which I might be because I've had a lot to drink. So I've now added about 8 ounces of this shredded cheese blend. And doesn't this just look gorgeous? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn our oven on to 375. All we're doing here is melting the cheese at this point and giving it just a little bit of browning on top. So we're going to slide this into our oven and we're going to let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes until the cheese is soft and gooey and slightly browned on the outside. So for all you ladies and gents, you have about a 25-30 minute break. This is where I would say do some pre-cleanup for yourself and other cocktails, and we'll come back when it's ready to pull out of the oven in 25 to 30 minutes. Ah!
Scary. All right, we'll be back.
Notice how lovely golden brown this is on top. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's a little bit of bubbling and sizzling going on. Oh, beautiful.
So, if you like this video, if you make the spaghetti casserole, and if you enjoy it, please feel free to click the button, to subscribe, where it is. Click that button. But if you just
Two Broke Gourmands. Yes,
Two
that's
Broke
our name.
Gourmands is the working title for this episode. Actually, I said click subscribe. Do that too if you want, because we're gonna make more of these. But click like if you just like this video and you never want to see us again. But this one you thought was
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us this fine evening. We're glad to be able to share this recipe with you, and we look forward to doing more and seeing you all again.
Oh yeah, Two Broke Gourmands.
Two Broke
Drink it
Gourmands.
up.